Right, today's little job is we're going to jump start the wife's car. We started this morning and it wouldn't start, it's just turning over and clicking and nothing's happening. So we're going to attempt to start it. It's the Mercedes B200, it's 2012 model, and if you have a look, the battery under here is the original battery. So it's on its last legs basically. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to jump start it. Now the first thing we need to do is get some decent jump leads. Which are these? These are ones I made up when I was an apprentice, long time ago. A bit of welding cable and some really strong clamps. So what we need to do is attach it to the battery. Now the battery's under there, you don't attach it to the battery itself. On the Mercedes you have these jump points. There's a positive and that one there's a negative. So we need a donor car for a start, and luckily we have my car here, another Mercedes. This is the E250, and we have the same principle. This one's got a new battery, by the way. We've got the jump points there, positive, and we've got the negative there. So what we've got to do now is connect the jump leads. So what I've done, I've separated the jump leads and put them out to the full extent. And then the first job is to take the positive one and attach it to the dead battery. That's that jump point there. Okay, so that one goes on first. Then you go back to the donor car. The jump leads are on the floor, separated, and then you get that one and you attach that to the good battery. That one on the positive there. Okay, that's that done. Now I know this is a brand new battery. The battery is under there, it's brand new, so we don't need to start the engine on this one. Okay, so now we go back to the negative. That's that one. And we attach the negative to the negative jump point. That's that one there. It's very important to red, and the negative, the black one, to the earth. Go back to the good car, and we get that one, and we attach that to the jump point. Okay, so now the batteries are in parallel. So the good battery will now help to boost the dead battery. So now we're going to go inside and see if it'll start. Here we go. Ignition in. Dashboard's lights up. Let's go see if it go. And there you go, straight away. So leave it running for a little bit. So the good battery will help feed the old battery, plus the alternator on this one is now charging that battery. We're back outside. Now we need to do the opposite of checking the cables off. So first of all, disconnect the negative on the car, the dead car battery, the one that's running now. Go to the good battery, disconnect that negative. Make sure it keeps well away from the positive. Drop that down, go back to the car that's now running, disconnect the positive, put that on the floor, and then disconnect the positive on the good battery, and that's it. All the leads are now separated. If that car's running fine, leave it running for a little bit longer. If this car's finished with, you can put that cap back on. That's all done. Shut the boot, shut the bonnet rather. There you go, that's done. This one's running fine now, so put the cover back over the positive. Leave it running now. The alternator will help to charge the battery up. Leave it running for a few minutes. Go back inside. Okay, now you can either drive away or leave it running for a bit, rev it up for a few minutes, and the alternator then will recharge this battery very quickly. And that's all you need to do. We'll turn that off now for now. Go back. Right, now that's all good then, that's all finished. There are a few people do say when you disconnect a jump battery from another vehicle, whether it's running or not, it can help to produce a high voltage spike. They say it collapses the magnetic field and induced high voltage. The alternator overcompensates for the lack of load of disconnecting the battery, that can then cause a high voltage spike to travel through the system and damage your ECU or other modules. But I've never ever seen any experience of this at all. To find out that it did create a spike, you would need to connect an oscilloscope across the battery when you actually disconnected the donor battery, and that would then show if the spike was produced. But I can't see it. The battery will act as a suppressor, like a capacitor, and suppress any high voltage. The maximum you'll probably get is about 14.5 volts, which is quite safe. So there you go. But like in life, it's a risk. You take it or not. I've been jump starting vehicles for a long time and never known anybody or even created a high voltage spike myself. So there you go. That's my opinion.